fuck, I don't like sobriety. This is gonna get weird.
Welcome to the G.N.A podcast, Games, Nerds, and Alcohol, where at least one person has to say Stober on the show, and this time Damok drew the short straw.
No, I didn't.
Say Stober, so I'm saying Stober right now.
Stober, you gotta say Stober. No, I got these friggin', they put spacers on the back of my friggin' face, so now everything I say has some weird cadence to it. It fucking sucks.
You got to do the thing we talked about just a second ago, too.
Masturbate?
That, too. But the very energetic introduction for yourself. You have to do that.
Well, I'm Cecil Xavier, your host. You've heard a couple of people who are joining me tonight. We got Gravemynd tonight. How you doing, Gravemynd?
I'm good.
And we got Damok joining us. How you doing, man?
I'm fucking sober and pissed.
Told you, man. You gotta stop drawing that short straw.
That's the complete opposite of piss, though. If you, take the term.
Yeah, I was gonna say, to be pissed, you gotta actually be drunk.
No, I have had enough water. I'm peeing every 20 minutes.
Just imagine that it's alcoholic and the mind will follow.
Yeah, I tried that, and then I downed like 4 liters of water and probably killed my kidneys.
Or your kidneys are looking at you going, oh my god, thank you so much!
We need that. This is all we've ever wanted.
I don't recognize this strange fluid, guys.
Yeah, there's no alcohol in this. What do we do with it?
No alcohol or no sugar.
Oh, there's sugar. I have a couple cans of Coke every night.
Oh, well.
Yeah, a couple 8 balls for me.
Your kidneys can dream.
And we got Zyber blood. How you feeling, Zyber?
Better than last week, that's for certain.
Yeah? What happened last week?
Last week was a lovely fit of my body turning against me kind of thing, and I'm not really supposed to be drinking, but tonight I am because I feel better than last week. So fuck it, why not?
That's all that matters.
If you can find cheaper pussy, fuck it.
Okay.
We should watch that for horror movie night.
Oh,
Sound
goddamn
advice.
straight we should.
All right, I'll put it on the slate.
I still think you guys should watch Axum, the lowest rated horror movie on all of IMDb.
If I'm going to do that, I'm going to play Teeth.
Oh, God, no. Please, no. Please, 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 no.
I like that movie because it had that one scene. She's like, I have a perfectly good pussy, you know.
Oh,
Great.
God.
Best line of the year.
All right, let's kick into this. Most important thing of the night, what is everybody drinking? We already know what Damok is drinking, or is what he is not drinking, which is anything alcoholic. Let's go down that line. Zyber, what are you drinking, man?
I am drinking a Pipeworks Brewery fucking...
Is that in the name?
Yeah, fucking
yes,
I've
yes,
never
it
heard of
is.
that. It sounds amazing.
It is
Sounds great.
Infinitely Galaxy Hop IPA. It's a very, very fruity IPA. Like notes of passion fruit and mango, kind of fruity.
So it's passionate.
I'm really digging it. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
I also have to mention my first beer that I brew is going to be called fucking So
It should be. It definitely should be.
Yep.
What about you, Gravemynd? What are you drinking tonight?
I have vodka and cranberry juice.
What kind of vodka?
I don't even know the name of it. Cheap vodka.
Is it Stalingrad vodka?
No, but the name does appear to be in Russian.
Is it Senator's vodka?
No. It's a little... Well, actually, it might be Swedish. I think it's... Yeah, I think there's a Swedish flag on it. I could go get it, but I'm too lazy.
Nice.
So the lazy Swedish vodka that I do not know the name of. That's what I'm drinking. With cranberry juice.
I myself am drinking some Jim Beam honey. I just saw it on the
sounds
shelf,
better.
and I was looking at it like, geez, I should drink that. So I don't think I've ever tried mixing it. I've always just drank it straight or sipped it out of a cup. So I mixed it with some Diet Coke, and I gotta say, it mixes really well. Like, surprisingly well.
You should make some tea, like a hot toddy. That'd be pretty good.
You know, I've never really been a big fan of hot toddies.
I would change it up. I don't really like the Jim Beam honey or the Jack honey, but if you can get some of that Wild Turkey American honey, I could suck down a bottle of that, but fair warning, it will give you the shits in about 4 hours.
And we're timing.
So is that time to shit?
Might be.
I personally, on that honey kick that you're all going on, I prefer the Badger's honey bourbon. That's where I'm at.
Badgers?
Yep.
We don't need no
mushrooms.
stinking badgers.
I like how we
Sorry.
both came up with a different badger reference.
Next segment, State of Games. State of Games is where we talk about what we've played for the past week, or we just pontificate on what the hell we feel gaming is today. So, State of Games, let's reverse that out. Zyber, what is your State of Games, man?
Well, my state of games currently, I've been playing The Vagrant, Graveyard Keeper, Darkest Dungeon. Dive back into that. I enjoy it. Other than that, just grabbing my daily shit from Paladins.
Dude, I love Darkest Dungeon. That is like a guilty vice of mine.
A guilty vice?
Yeah, I just recently, probably within the last 2 or 3 months, got the DLC for it.
Which one?
And all of it.
Me too.
Yeah. So it was like, okay, it's on sale, so I'm gonna grab it. And it expands the game, so yeah, even more shit to dive through.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Sounds like fun. I've seen it before. It looks like a fun thing.
So if you're playing Darkest Dungeon, have you looked at Eratus, Lord of the Dead?
No. I never even heard of it.
I'm looking it up now.
Yeah, it's coming out in alpha, but it's like Darkest Dungeon. It really is on the same ground, but it's reversed. And they did enough to not be just a clone and reverse it, but I've been watching some gameplay of it, and it looks pretty damn good.
What's it called? Eratus what?
Lord of the Dead, Iratus, Lord of the Dead.
Oh, yeah, there I am. I got it right now. All right, that video is it's dark. And, oh, there's some eyes. Oh, those are shiny white eyes. Man, that's got to be racist. Ooh, a fist. Oh, yeah, that looks like Darkest Dungeon. Well, it looks like better graphics.
So white eyes are racist now?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, white eyes are always racist.
So everyone is a racist?
Pretty much.
Okay.
And just remember, it's racist to go blackface, but it's perfectly okay to go whiteface.
Yes. That just means you're dead.
Oh, I thought that was white eyes.
Same difference.
Wait, are you talking about vanilla ice?
Boom, doom, 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 bing, ding.
David Bowie did it first.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Pressure.
Yeah, I was going to say, wait a minute, was it... It was Bowie, wasn't it?
Yep.
Wasn't he with somebody?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Freddie Mercury, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I thought it, like I always thought it was Queen who did Under Pressure.
oh, David Bowie was involved.
Well, yeah, but David Bowie was involved with like everything.
Yeah, that's true.
He was like friggin' what the hell's his name? Guy from Primus.
Steve Buscemi?
Oh, him too. No, who's that guy from Primus? Les Claypool. Les Claypool is like in every
Les
fucking
Claypool.
band. All right. Gravemynd, what's your State of Games?
I've been playing Metro Exodus. It's really good. I like it. It's a glowing recommendation there. Also been playing League of Legends. It's kind of like a card game, but they call it an auto battler. Like you get the cards and then they kind of fight it out while you just kind of watch. But it's pretty fun. I like it. And then yeah, that's about it right now. After I finish Metro, I was thinking about playing Halo Wars because the Game Pass for PC is the most amazing thing that has ever happened ever.
Dude, isn't it?
Yes, I love it.
Damok, what's your state of games?
RimWorld, and a lot more RimWorld. If I'm not playing it, I'm watching it. If I'm not watching it or playing it, I'm on Reddit reading more about it.
All right, come on, man. Tell me about RimWorld.
Receiving it.
Tell you about RimWorld?
Yeah, give me the full breakdown of RimWorld. Why should I be playing this?
It's a hardcore colony survival game, and it just lets you live out dark fantasies, and the mod support is phenomenal. The developers support the mods that are coming out. It's really hard without watching it. If you've seen some gameplay, it's fantastic, but it is very, very difficult. Death is only a lesson, and you're going to get wiped out the first, 500 hours you play the game. You're not going to have a successful colony. Something's going to wipe it out, and you just learn from it and keep moving on. And it's funny that I see Zyber saying RimWorld and Rimjob. You can download the Rimjob mod, and that adds rape to the game, as well as harvesting human organs, which is a lot of fun. So you capture your prisoners, you harvest their organs out, slap them in your guys when they start getting older, or their eyes are shot off, or their nose is shot off, or somebody bit their fucking leg off, or their fingers, and you got to get them artificial limbs. And it's a very, very involved thing. It takes a lot of cues from Minecraft, in a way, but it's brutal and hard and fun and addicting for me.
I think I prefer the Rimjob mob.
I like the Rimjob mob, too.
Yeah. I think that's my favorite part of the game.
Yeah, if I could find a Rimjob mob, I'd be pants down.
Well, I mean, not everyone can be so lucky to find a Rimjob mob.
Well, my state of games is actually pretty easy. I've been playing a bunch of Destiny 2. I've been trying to grind for... I hate PvP, but there's this one gun called Luna's Howl that I've been grinding for, and I'm pretty much settled on I'm never going to get this weapon. Because you've got to play comp, and you've got to get up to some certain level in comp, but if you play comp and you lose points, and if you win, you gain points, but you lose more points than you gain most of the time, or I don't fucking know. All I know is that every time I play, I lose points, and then I gain points, but I always end up like net loss. And I gotta get to 2,100 points, and I'm at like 500. And you only get like, 60 points per match if you win, but you lose like 40 points per match if you lose.
Is Destiny 2 better now? Like, it was pretty garbage when I quit playing.
Yeah, they've changed, they've morphed a lot of things, so it's more like Destiny 1 in a lot of senses. So they kind of realized what they did wrong, and they kind of backtracked a bit. So it's a lot more like Destiny 1 now, except they haven't brought Trials back, which is a little weird. I'm kind of concerned.
That was one of the best parts of Destiny 1's PvP was Trials.
Yeah, it was, getting in there and really showing it up. But now they've just replaced comp with it. Just been like, oh, well, comp is now Trials. Comp kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I've also been playing a little bit of Shadow of War.
I still need to play through Shadow of Mordor.
Oh, I finally got through that. That game was super fun. That's why I started playing Shadow of War. It's just Shadow of Mordor was so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting super amped up for Man of Median or Man of Medine or whatever the hell that is. Since it's going to be on PC, I pre-ordered it for PS4, thinking that was going to be PS4 exclusive. And then I saw that it was coming out for PC, and I'm like, oh, cancel that pre-order. We're going PC Master Race.
Yeah.
Wait, what was that game?
It's Man of Median.
Okay. have to look that up.
Yeah, I posted it in game chat. There's actually a link to Humble Bundle if you want to pre-order it. It's right in our gamer news chat.
I'm waiting for Master Chief Collection on PC.
I am going to get that as well. That looks like it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anybody not waiting for that at this point.
It's gonna be good.
Well, my kid isn't, but that's only because she doesn't understand what Master Chief is. I have to beat that into her.
You gotta start early.
Now, they're not doing the collection all at once, from my understanding. They're going to release
they're starting with Reach.
Game.
Yeah, Reach is the first one. But still, I haven't played Reach in a long time, so I'm okay with playing Reach first.
I never played Reach.
Reach was actually really good. I haven't touched it since the 360 was still the main thing, but it was a good game.
Well, next segment is actually we're going to bring back an old segment, but it's a new segment for me. News. So we've got these news chats in Discord, and we kind of just read through them, and they're funny, and sometimes disturbing. But I figure we'll kick through a couple of articles here quick, discuss them, and then move on to what our main topic is, saying that we actually get there. But the first piece of news that I want to bring up, I don't remember if we talked about it or not, but the Jim Beam fire that destroyed 45,000 barrels of bourbon and killed, I don't know, countless wildlife. You guys heard about that one?
Oh,
Such a horrible thing. So sad.
I don't drink Jim Beam, so I didn't even click on the article.
Well, I'm drinking Jim Beam right now.
Yeah, Jim Beam owns a lot of different distilleries. Well, like, don't they own Maker's Mark? Or not? They own Knob Creek, maybe. One of the big, like, top shelf national brands.
Maybe. Well, you know how much 45,000 barrels of bourbon constitutes for their inventory?
I saw the quote whenever someone mentioned it. It was like 1%.
Yeah, 1% of their inventory.
Yeah.
45,000 barrels is 1%.
Well, I mean, considering how much whiskey is sold every day, makes sense.
It's a lot of booze.
Makes perfect sense.
Now, I wonder, they say it's only 1% of their inventory, but is that 1% of their high-end stuff that they've been trying to age for 40, 60 years? Or is it like, okay, well, this is all fresh batch shit that, okay, our loss?
Ooh, that I don't know. I would assume that if it was aged stuff that they would have mentioned that.
It was all young bottles, under 5 years.
There you go.
Well, that's not as big of a deal then.
Yeah, could you imagine if they lost their 40-year stuff?
Yeah, if it was that kind of stuff, it'd be like, oh, what a tragedy. But, only 1%.
Well, I want to touch on one thing, though, that Zyber brought up a couple times. The amount of wildlife that has just been devastated by this stuff leaching into the soil, into the rivers. I mean, you'd like to think comedically, like, hey, there's a whole bunch of booze being leaked into the rivers. There's a whole bunch of drunk fish. The reality of it is, those fuckers are dead.
Yeah, but, it's an accident. It's not like they intentionally were throwing whiskey into the river.
Yeah, but regardless of it being an accident, it's still a very huge environmental disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like those BP oil spills and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, the census that I get from a lot of people is, meh. And that, to me, that doesn't sit well.
Well, that kind of depends. So, you leak oil, and it's a massive disaster because you can't really clean it up properly, and it takes...
Didn't they, leave it burning so that it wouldn't pollute as bad?
Yeah, they left it burning for a while to try to burn off as much alcohol as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the while that they were leaving it burning, they were also using pumps to spray a containment field, which was leaching it in runoff.
Well, yeah, it's still an environmental disaster, absolutely. Yeah. But if you're talking in terms of, okay, it's a lot of whiskey and it's doing it, whiskey's not exactly a natural substance, but it's not the same as an oil spill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that they got going for it is that alcohol is actually naturally produced in the environment.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not produced in 45,000 barrels of it, in one local area, but alcohol is actually produced in the environment naturally. Just, if you think about, actually I saw this really cool documentary. I think giraffes would actually leave fruit on top of these trees and they'd let them over ripen and start to rot so that they would actually produce this alcohol. And then they would eat them and get completely shit-faced and just the vision of a giraffe walking around stumbling because they're drunk is exactly what you imagine it to be. Hilarious.
Remember that old video? It was like quite a while ago where they let the spiders do cocaine.
Oh, is that the one where he buried himself in it?
It's like, now I can't remember the whole video, but like, I don't know.
Is that the
Damn
fake
it. Now
one
I just
where
remember.
they give it LSD
Yeah.
and all that, and then it's like the crack spider?
Yeah. That's it.
Old crack spiders, meth gators. What the hell are we going to have next?
Meth squirrel. They had the attack meth squirrel.
Oh, you're talking about that albino one that gnawed on my pecker?
No. I think it was actually in Arkansas. This guy had a trained squirrel that was hooked on crystal meth.
Yeah, that sounds like Arkansas.
I was going to say, that sounds exactly like Arkansas.
Yeah, that's pretty par for the course, really.
All right, next news article. What do we got here? Let's go into gamer news, because that was alcohol news. Well, we got Mana Median, or Mana Median, or how the hell do you say that?
Medan?
Whatever. Well,
Maybe.
that was released on PC on Steam for pre-order. Made by the same people who made Until Dawn. So if you enjoyed Until Dawn, made by the same people, and it looks to be in that same vein of horror, interactive fiction. Which, if you're an interactive fiction lover like I am, you're gonna love it. If you're not, maybe it might not be the best one for you, but they're really fun games to watch as well.
That might be a game that I'll watch somebody play, but I looked at it. It doesn't really strike me as a game I'd be totally interested in.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have some I want to talk about, though, today. Well, I have two things I want to talk about eventually.
All right. What else we got here? Microbrew. What the hell is this?
I don't know. What the hell is
Cool
it?
project for kids. So we'll keep up with cool project on Kickstarter. Gravemynd meta. It looks like a... What the hell is it? I actually didn't click on this article. It looks like a little handheld Nintendo.
Is that the new Raspberry Pi with the new case and you can turn it into the Nintendo?
Might be. Taking a look at it right now. Yeah, that looks like a Raspberry Pi. It's got the same specs of it. With the D-pad, 50 frames per second.
Yeah, Raspberry Pi 4 just came out. Was it beginning of this month, end of last month, something like that? And they've had all kinds of new projects with it.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Except that it's broken and you do not want to buy one right now.
Why? What's wrong with it?
It has a charging cord issue because they use something weird on their power port that's not a standard, and some cables don't work with it while others do, and there's websites dedicated to say, hey, these actually work with it, these do not. The companies came out and apologized and said that, yeah, they intentionally did that and it was a fuck up on their end, and I believe they're going to fix it with the new Raspberry 4.1 or some shit.
Nah. I mean, if I gotta buy a specific cord to work with it, that's not a game breaker for me.
It kind of is when the cords are $60 because everybody's selling them jacked up.
Yeah, but I haven't met a cord that I can't make, so it doesn't bother me too much. But I can understand it for the normal person. As we all know, I'm definitely not normal. Next one up was...
Can confirm.
Knew you'd have my back there. Did you guys see the leaked footage of the Avengers game?
Avengers?
Negative.
Man,
Yeah,
you
so-
skipped right over the good shit.
News to me.
Oh, it's wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon infant. Oh, yeah, that movie.
No, that's not a movie.
What is it?
It's an anime.
No, god damn it, it's a game. That's why I put it in gamer news.
Jesus, I missed that too. I thought that was the anime. All right,
No.
Tell me about it. What do we got?
Oh, I have no fucking idea. I didn't get a chance to read it.
Wow, way to back your shit, man.
Yeah.
No, it's coming out on PS4 and Switch, and it's an infinite dungeon based on the is it wrong to try and pick up girls in a dungeon thing. It's going to be, I believe, their first game, and it looks interesting. If it plays like the anime, then cool. Infinite dungeons. Maybe I can get that awesome little dagger thing and just rape shit.
Oh, dude, if it plays like the anime, you're going to jail just for sticking it in.
Oh, yeah, that's very, very true.
Nice.
So check out the anime you're saying.
Absolutely. All right, and this is actually one that I read and I read again, and then I Googled a bunch more and I read again. Dude, AMD's friggin' rope-a-dope with their prices on their cards.
Oh yeah, like Nvidia did the super cards, and then they're like, "Oh, let's just cut off $50 of the price of all of ours."
That was fun.
That was a masterful move for them. That really was.
Mm-hmm.
But AMD has always been super competitive.
Yes, and it really has bolstered them, seeing as how the RX 5700 XT is actually beating the 2070 Supercard on benchmarks right now, and it's what, $200-$300 less?
Yeah.
Which I'll be able to tell you guys probably Friday, because that's when the delivery date is. That got finally updated yesterday.
Nice. The last one we got in gamer news is, was Half-Life actually good, or was it a game so bad it was good?
What was... I missed that. You cut out right when that...
Was Half-Life 2 actually good, or was the game so bad it was good?
So I watched the video, and that's specifically for Half-Life 2 Episode 2, and all it is just guy using glitches and tricks to beat the game, and yeah, there were glitches in the game. I, for one, thoroughly loved Half-Life and Half-Life 2.
Those games like revolutionized first-person shooters. How can you say they weren't good? I mean, they might be a little dated now, but that's, that was one of the major stepping points for FPS was Half-Life and Half-Life 2.
So, I enjoyed Half-Life, but I really enjoyed the things people did with the engine more than I did Half-Life or Half-Life 2.
I never really got into Half-Life myself.
Really?
I think I maybe played like 30 minutes at Cecil's. That's about it.
Well,
I mean, not that I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying that I can't quite agree with it and say that it opened up my FPS world, because it really was more the engine it was built on that I enjoyed them doing stuff with, like Day of Defeat and Counter-Strike, more than I actually enjoyed the Half-Life game. The Half-Life game was good, but it just didn't strike a chord with me. It didn't...
Well, even if it wasn't your thing, it was still highly influential to FPSs that came after it.
I can definitely agree with that. Absolutely.
Right, I would definitely say that as much as I enjoyed the first Half-Life and all the expansions, Blue Shift, Opposing Force, there's a third one, I'm going to fuck it up, forget it.
Team Fortress?
Loved Half-Life 2. No, that's not an expansion, an official expansion to the game. Like Blue Force, you play as Barney as the cop. Opposing Force, you play as the soldiers going against Gordon. There's a third one, I forget. But they were fun. I really enjoyed them. But as far as the source engine that they made the games on and did all of that, that is what absolutely revolutionized FPS gaming.
Yeah, that I can agree with, because that source engine, I really felt that just the engine itself, just the way that they handled physics in it, I think was the thing that pretty much set me off. Because before that, I'd played games like Doom and There was Terminator Rampage, Blake Stone, Heretic, Hexen, which really didn't have a physics engine per se. They were just more 2D games that were made 3D-ish. So I could agree that Half-Life, the engine revolutionized. I don't know whether the game itself did, but I can definitely say that the revolutionized did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could take it where people take or leave the storyline of the game. They either like it or they don't, or whatever. That part's fine, but yeah, the mod support that Valve did when they first came out.
Oh, yeah.
And getting your hands on the first one. And I used to play Team Fortress back on Quake, and then Team Fortress Classic came out.
Oh, I love that fucking game.
Now, I will say this about Half-Life. I think they probably opened the floodgates for pretty much anybody to become a modder for their game, because they really just handed out the tools. It wasn't like in Doom where you really had to try to tear it apart and you had to go find other tools to make it all work and then create these maps. They just handed you the keys to the kingdom and said, go ahead, do what you want to do.
Oh, yeah. Half-Life 1 came with the engine and a world builder, and we built a bunch of shit and just ran around with stupid things.
Yeah, I think that alone really did revolutionize games, because a lot of games after that started incorporating dev tools to allow you to mod it and create your own world in it. Really, that I can say is something that really good came from it.
Yeah, I will say this. Fucking 246 was my fucking bread and butter and jam back in the day with a Quake. And, it ties in with the topic also that we're going to get into for multiplayer.
Well, let's tap into that. So our actual topic of the night was MMORPG games. Now, there's been a metric ton of people trying to make MMORPGs. I think the Koreans, I'm pretty sure every Korean in existence plays some sort of MMORPG, because there's just so many of them. They clone them left and right.
They clone Koreans?
They're cloning Koreans, yes, into sheep. It's really weird.
Okay.
Craziest thing in the world, man.
I was wondering how that worked.
Yeah, so like they stick a person in one end, and out the other end comes a sheep and a person. It's crazy.
Yeah, but here's the thing: the clones are super deck style, because you know how they like to compete in all those championships.
So there's StarCraft playing sheep.
Yes. Yeah, it's nuts.
Okay. So that's how they get their actions per minute up so high. It's the hooves.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we should just probably go down. Well, I mean, really the question is, what is the best MMORPG out there?
There's no best.
Yes, there is.
There's best for the person that plays it.
Exactly. That's what I was telling Damok before the show. No, he goes super superior and says, "Oh no, there's an absolute best over everything."
No, I guess we have to quantify what best is, because if we go best by number of players, then I think there's only one. Yeah, it's WoW. There's only one that actually.
No, it's not.
Okay, what's the best one with number of players?
Currently, Final Fantasy XIV boasts over 16 million users, which has smashed World of Warcraft's records previously of 8 million users, and that is posted 56 days ago.
Holy crap, I did not know that.
Wow, okay, yeah, I didn't either.
Man, because you know what, when I think of MMOs for Final Fantasy, I think immediately of Final Fantasy XI, and that game blew.
Oh, fuck you, dude. I loved that goddamn game.
Final Fantasy XI?
I loved Final Fantasy XI. It was my first MMORPG, and it was a pain in the ass, but I loved being forced to group up, forced to level, play your fucking character the right goddamn way, or you don't get to level, because fuck you.
Well, that does bring us to the fact that WoW Classic comes out in like a little over a month.
Well, my first RPG, or MMO RPG rather, was EverQuest. So
Evercrack.
Are you playing Orsus or Orsurs or however you say it?
Oh, the remake of it?
Yeah, old school RuneScape.
Negative.
Yeah, apparently it's on phones now, so you can play old RuneScape on your phone.
Oh, geez.
Dude, this is something that blows my mind. I think back to when I played... Okay, so the first MMORPG I ever played was... Well, it was technically the Prodigy boards, but let's actually go with something with graphics, was Ultima Online.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
My friend streams... there's a couple different servers of like classic Ultima Online, and he streams that.
Dude, the game is still actually being like worked on by the devs. They do events still. They do releases for that game still.
Yeah, it's still active on EA.
Go to I think it's UO Online or UO.com.
Yeah, the one he plays is Outlands, I think.
Yeah, that's one of the free shards that they have out there.
Yeah.
That's for the people who want to play Ultima Online, but they don't want to play what's currently out there. They don't want to pay the money for it.
Yeah.
But Ultima Online is still actually out there, and I mean, I didn't even realize that Ultima Online was still active until I think it was like about a month or so ago. I went looking for it for some reason because I remember the Samurai expansion. I was like, oh, I wonder what expansion they ended up leaving at. And then I look back and I'm like, holy shit, they're still making this game? Like, this is still a supported game? This game has been around forever.
Since 97.
Is it 97? God, it's been around for a long time.
Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about MMOs anymore.
Well, I just think back to the first time that I played Ultima Online and the computer that I was playing it on. My phone, and I've got an old phone right now, my phone is like 10 times as powerful as the computer I ran Ultima Online on.
Yeah. And the resolution is probably...
Likewise.
3 or 4 times better than what was on here.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I had 480. I think that was my resolution on that computer. I think 640 by 480.
You probably have a 1080 on your phone, if not a 1440. So, yeah. And it's exponential, so it'd probably be like 16 times the resolution.
Yeah, it's nuts the way technology has gone and what you can play. I mean, you could probably play any of these things on your phone now.
But yeah, I just don't know how I feel about MMOs anymore. It's like, you know, spending the time to grind out stuff anymore like that, and then it feels, well, at least with WoW, and I might be judging other MMOs on a WoW because that's what most of my MMO experience is in. It just feels like they're gonna just negate all of your progress every patch. So it's like, why spend the time to do it if they're just going to get rid of everything you just did the next patch? I mean, I get resets with expansions, but every single patch.
So it's the same thing that happens in Destiny. So every time they come out with a new major patch or an expansion, actually it's not even an expansion. Typically it's just about once every quarter. They'll do some sort of reset that bounces all of your weapons. It makes everything. They did it in Destiny 1 all the time where you would grind, you'd get all the best weapons and then be like, oh, well, we're going to reset this and now all those weapons suck. And you're like, I just spent all the time building this weapon up. Now I got to get this again.
Remember Thorn?
Yeah, I remember Thorn. But most MMOs do that. It's the whole point of keeping that carrot, and that's really the draw of an MMO is you have that carrot, the thing that you're driving towards, the thing that you're working towards to keep up with the Joneses.
But like with original WoW, is like, yeah, they would introduce more content at the end to keep the carrot moving, but current WoW, you just skip everything that came before the most current stuff. Like back in the day, you had to go through all that old stuff before you could get to the new stuff.
I think that's the paradigm of games now, where it's like, especially massively multiplayer games. I think that's just the way that they've shifted it. You can go get this old stuff if you want, but it's completely useless, and the only reason you're going to get it is for some sort of trophy or triumph that you're just trying to say, oh yeah, I have that.
I don't know. Maybe it's just I have older viewpoints than where it's headed. I guess. I don't know. I don't like gaming as a whole anymore. Just seems like it's not in a good place right now.
Well, I think it's too capitalized. You know, it's too many people. Like it just feels like games have shifted from we're making games to have fun
to
we're making games to make money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there was always, hey, let's make games to make money, but we're doing this because we enjoy it and it's fun. But now everybody's getting so competitive on it. You know, like EA.
Yeah.
EA is all about, every EA game that comes out is all about making money. Like, hands down, it's just
Activision
money.
with Black Ops 4, where you pay full price for the game up front, and then everything in it you can pay money for.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there are very few games out there that you buy and
you own the game.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. You know, I mean, I don't even mind games that you can open up and grind for whatever you got to grind for. But that the whole pay-to-win mentality has taken over. And I think we've beaten that subject to, dead a few times on this show.
Yeah.
But MMOs, I mean... It's just like, so the same type of thing that I think about when they make a patch for an MMO and they negate all your weapons before, it's just like when a new Call of Duty game comes out. You know, all your progress that you did on the previous Call of Duty game means absolutely nothing, and you're really playing virtually the same game again.
I just feel like the resets happen more often than they used to.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Hey, so what you got over there, Zyber?
Well, my thing is, like Grave, I'm kind of, I can't stay focused on MMOs all that much anymore because I get burned out real quick because of the fact that you have to grind or pay to get past certain things. Like, the grind in a lot of games now, it's ridiculous. You have to spend, like, X amount of insane hours just to get through something, unlike back in the day where, like, you play and it's actual progression. Now you get held up because you need, like, 40 of this, 1 of this, and you need to pay to do this event to be able to get this item to complete this quest.
Yeah, that, like, okay, so the grind has always been there. The grind has just progressively gotten just, I don't know, more grindy, I guess. But the grind has always been there. I mean, think of any RPG.
Yeah, the grind has always been there, but at least back in the day, the grind was actually fun, and it didn't really feel like grinding as much as it does today.
What fucking game were you playing where the grinding was fun?
Ultima Online.
Yeah, the grinding in Ultima Online was actually kind of fun.
Nothing like going through a cave, having a good old time dominating everything, and then you don't realize, hey, there's a really strong gazer, and you get your ass kicked. And then you have to rush back to your body before fucking grave jumpers come in and steal all your shit.
Or you're sitting outside and you're like, I'm just going to go cut down these trees. Oh, hey, look at that. There's a wolf attacking me. Let me kill them. Oh, I'm getting some crap from skinning him. I've just upped my skill on skinning now. This is amazing. Oh, I'm going to go make this into a shirt. Holy crap, I sold this shirt.
Now, see, that's how I felt with Final Fantasy XI Online. I had a great time playing it. I had a great time grouping up and learning how to play my character, learning all the key chains where I need to jump in and you have to do all the timing. And then you could go and get all that extra shit. And, man, fishing bots were so amazing. And you could earn so much gil.
That's just like with Ultima Online, where you could set up Razor macros, and you could ghost play the whole entire game and level yourself up while you're at work, at school, or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember that vividly.
Yeah, but where's your enjoyment of ghost leveling your character while you're not there?
It's coming home and realizing, hey, I have all these points to spend on my Super Dexter character. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make a Super Dexter character and just dominate everybody.
I don't think it was necessarily the enjoyment out of it. I think it was more of a response to your fishing bot.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's the fishing bot was a fishing bot, but you had to sit and watch it in Final Fantasy XI because people would report your ass in a heartbeat, especially since the majority of players were Japanese, and they did not like botters at all.
All right, so here's the question. Let's just go around. Let's go down the line. What's your favorite MMORPG? Your favorite. Not the best, but your favorite. So, Damok, what's your favorite MMR? Is it still Final Fantasy XI?
My favorite has to be World of Warcraft all the way up until the Wrath of the Lich King. After that, the game has been very hit or miss, but Classic through Burning Crusade up to Wrath was fantastic, and I loved it more than anything, but Final Fantasy's my number 2.
Okay, I can go with that. What about you, Zyber?
Well, I kind of have a toss-up between two. I don't play either of them as much as I used to, but I enjoy both equally. Guild Wars franchise, I love that to death. I do.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have time to dedicate to it. And I really, really enjoyed Sea of Thieves. But again, it's time stuff. It's like, okay, do I want to dedicate time to this or something that I could just zip through? I prefer zipping through games. I like super fast pace, at my own leisure though. So yeah, those two, but I don't play them nearly enough like I was when they first dropped.
Yeah, I think time is a major factor now because, I mean, I hate to sound, well, I mean, I am old, but I hate to sound old. But man, just all the shit that you end up having to do just to maintain.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't remember, and maybe that was a good thing, I guess. Maybe that was maybe that was my parents, sheltering me, protecting me, allowing me to be a kid. But I don't remember this much as a kid, like my parents having to do this much. I just don't remember it.
You just didn't notice it. They had to do it still.
Yeah, I'm guessing that they had to, but as I said, I just didn't. I guess I didn't recognize it at the time because I was too wrapped up in being a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But what about you? What about you, Gravemynd? What's your favorite? What's your number one MMORPG?
I think it's going to be WoW. I think I'd add the Wrath of the Lich King on there. So up until Cataclysm would be number 1.
All right, so let me ask why? Why WoW?
Why WoW up until Cataclysm?
Yeah.
That's when the world changed, basically. Like, they modernized the game and the classic game. Like, that's where they split up the Barrens into 2 separate zones, and Stranglethorn Vale is 2 different zones, and they tried to, like, point A to point B, the quests and stuff. They modernized it, and it didn't really need to be modernized.
What do you got? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say that's where leveling, like, it lost all meaning in Cataclysm.
And that's the thing that drives me absolutely freaking nuts. But go ahead, Zyber. Go ahead.
Yeah. I stopped at Lich King only because I got sick of this one person that would come on, follow me around. They were like a short, dwarfy character, and they'd just hop all around me and like just ghost me the whole freaking game, and it got really, really annoying.
So what, you pissed someone off?
I have no idea if I pissed someone off. I would just play, and this person just followed me. And I got annoyed with it. I was like, fucking leave me alone kind of thing. And they never left me alone. So I was like, fuck it. I'll stop playing.
What do you got, Damok?
Alright, I can't believe I am sober and I fucked this up. I'm really upset with myself.
You're sober.
Yeah, no, I'm angry from being sober.
It's called drunk recollection, and you don't have it.
Right, god damn it. EVE Online is my number 1
yes.
MMORPG game.
Great game. I played
with I was a member of something awful. I jumped into Goon Fleet before it was anything. I was still a newbie in Syndicate before we even owned any territory. I fought in the first Great War with From Dusk Till Dawn. And, oh man, that game, I spent countless amounts of time and spreadsheets. Just spreadsheets upon spreadsheets, theory crafting, fucking everything. Number one game ever for me. And then it would be World of Warcraft, and then it would be Final Fantasy XI.
Damn, Final Fantasy XI is just working its way down the list.
Final Fantasy XI was my first MMORPG, so I gotta give it love for what it was. World of Warcraft was the first one I ever played with friends, and we started from scratch when it first came out, and that was a lot of fun, and I have memories going all the way up into, a couple expansions. But EVE Online was the game that I found randomly and just got sucked into.
I can respect that. Well, I mean, mine go back. I mean, Christ, I played Ultima Online. I played that for a long time. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I loved the way it progressed in it. Played EverQuest. I didn't really get into EverQuest 2 all that much. Or maybe it was EverQuest 2 that I got into, and I didn't play EverQuest a lot much. It was so long ago now, I don't even freaking remember. But I got into EverQuest. I enjoyed that a lot. I played WoW. I actually played WoW for about a month, and then I put it aside and said, I'm never playing this game again. Because I knew I was going to get sucked in, and I was never going to escape.
Yeah, a lot of us never did.
I know. But my favorite MMORPG, it actually is Star Wars Galaxies, but pre-combat upgrades. It was before they did so. Star Wars Galaxies, they decided to make it a lot more accessible to people, so they made, instead of having it being like Ultima Online, where you could choose anything, you could do whatever you wanted, and be whatever you wanted, it really just took you and said, okay, well, you're going to be this class, and you're going to be this class, and you're going to be this class. And they opened up the ability for anybody to choose Jedi right from the start of the game. And I think it was that decision that really destroyed that game. I mean, the combat upgrades I could have stomached if they just left them at the combat upgrades. But then when they did the isometric classes, it really just took away from it. I mean, I had so much fun in that game because I literally was just a shopkeeper. That's all I was in that game. I made stuff. I put it in my shop. I sold it. People came and bought it. They asked for custom builds. That was it. That's all I did. And I had a friggin' ball in that game. I stayed away from PvP. Anytime somebody challenged me, I'd just be like, nah, I'm good. I'm fine. I literally ran out, collected stuff from my miners, and then put them, and then built shit. Then once they put
Your miners?
Yeah, my miners. Little kids. They're like little 4 or 5 year olds up to about 8.
That's what I imagine.
Yeah. They're just they just run around and they collect materials for me. I pay them like a really low wage.
Yeah, a couple nickels and maybe a lollipop.
Yeah, sometimes a Tootsie Roll, something like that.
Yeah,
but
stuff in the Halloween candy that no one wants.
Candy corn.
Yeah.
Which, dude, if you stack that opposite way around, it actually looks like corn.
NASA wafers.
NASA wafers, Necco wafers.
Yeah, that's it.
I know what he's talking about.
Those aren't even candy; they're like chalk.
Well, you can write on the board with them or eat them, and they get rid of heartburn, so it works.
Yeah.
No, but Star Wars Galaxies was so much fun, and when they did the jump to light speed and you could have ships in it, like that literally got my nerd boner going because I loved X-Wing and then TIE Fighter and then X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. I've always loved that type of cockpit style game. So that they added that into Star Wars Galaxies just really shot the nerd boner straight through the roof.
You were going to say something about leveling when I brought that up.
Oh yeah. So one of the things that drove me nuts about are just RPGs in general is just how they've morphed into leveling is. It's almost the tutorial.
It's the chore you have to do before you get to the good stuff.
Well, but that's the thing. It's like, oh, we're going to make you level to level 70, and then you can actually play the game.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
everything up until you hit max level is useless.
it's a chore. It's not even a grind, because a grind, you're like, there's at least you're doing something you want to do. But
that was the thing that I enjoyed about like classic RPGs, and that's something that I saw in Ultima Online and in Galaxies and even in EverQuest, where as you leveled up, you found equipment that was purposeful to your level, like Diablo. In
as
Diablo,
you leveled up, you were playing the game. you weren't just
you would
doing a
level
chore
up
until you could get to the game.
Exactly. You would level up. And the weapons that you got before were useless, but that's because they were meant for you at level 5, not you at level 15. So as you started leveling up, the natural progression, and I guess it's the same kind of concept, but it kind of, like, they masked it a little bit better in the classic RPGs, because as you leveled up, your old equipment wasn't viable anymore, and you got rid of it. But now,
you were going through storylines and stuff too. You weren't just killing bears until I've got 10,000 bears until I hit level 50.
Well, I'll just take Destiny for a second. So in Destiny, you level up to like level 20 or level 30 or whatever the hell it is, and then the game starts happening. Like then you start getting light level on your gear. And there was a lot of things that you would do, like there would be exotic weapon quests. You would actually not do that quest until you were at the highest light level or near the highest light level, so that when that weapon dropped, it was at the highest light level. Because otherwise, it was like, well, why the hell am I getting this weapon? If it's going to be like 4 levels below top light, I can't use it. Mm-hmm. And that's just the thing that's that carrot thing that I kept talking about. They have to keep extending that carrot out.
That's more of like you don't like the whole mindset behind min-maxing.
Yeah,
you would rather just play the game than rather have to.
I don't want to have to pull out a spreadsheet to figure out what piece of equipment is going to complement another piece of equipment to make me the most powerful, so that when this person decides to attack me, I can stomp their face into the curb.
Or you can get stomped because they're just better than you, and even though you have better gear, they're just better than you.
Exactly.
No, you got to break out the spreadsheets and play EVE Online, man. You have to know what you're gonna do, because that game is pure PvP. Yeah, there's some PvE garbage, bunch of Empire faggots that sit in 1.0 space, but yeah, PvP, EVE Online, spreadsheets.
Well, there was actually a new thing recently, where like they were sending out NPCs to attack people and stuff, and a bunch of people were getting pissed off.
You mean like fucking Concord, the space police? Dude,
no,
one-shot those.
No, it's a new thing. Some alien thing. I forget the name of it. It's recent.
I can never go to that game. Once I stopped playing it, that was it, man. It's been way too long. The game has changed so much. I don't even know any of the people I used to play with.
Yeah, mysterious NPC attacks and new pay-to-win quotation marks NPCs. The drifters is what they're. I guess like they sent out NPCs to start surprise attacking people, and they didn't tell anyone about it before. They just did it.
That seems like a lot of fun.
A lot of people are mad. They're like, we're spending all this time, because time is like actual money in EVE, building up our fleets and stuff for PvP battles, and then you can just send in NPCs and take it away.
Well, yeah, you spend, because your training in that game is based on real time, so to get like cruiser level 5 to get into covert ops and stuff like that, the recon ships for cruisers, yeah, it takes a month to train that one skill to 5, and then you still have to train the other skills up to compete with it, and it's a huge pain in the ass, it's a huge time sink. And yeah, you gear for PvP. The game was PvP. As soon as you hit 0.0, that game is 100% PvP. And that'd be kind of fucked up, but kind of fun.
Yeah, I would look at it if you haven't seen anything. I just saw a video about it the other day.
Nope, I cannot look at that game anymore. I know what will happen. I will have 40 different spreadsheets open. I'll close everything out, and it'll be just spreadsheets for 6 months while all my skills trained up.
Oh, well. It's actually kind of interesting to hear that each one of us has a completely separate favorite game. Like, there's not one of us that, I mean, a couple of people said, yeah, WoW's pretty good, but nobody's really, like, come up and said, nobody's definitively agreed that this is the best game or this is the best MMORPG out there. I just find that humorous. I mean, I guess that's a good thing.
It's based on opinion. There's no single best game. It's, you know, if you like it and you play it, then might be your best game.
Well, I mean, RimWorld is the best game. We already know that.
I fucking love RimWorld. I swear to God, I'm eating, breathing, sleeping that fucking game.
I knew I was going to get that reaction.
Rimjob's mobs?
Rimjob mobs.
Yeah, Rimjob mobs.
Well, on that note, Gravemynd, where can people find you at, man?
On the internet. In the Discord. I'll say that. In the Discord. You can find me on Twitch, Gravemynd with Y. I don't do Twitter anymore, really. Every once in a while I'll do Twitch, but really, if you want to find me, hit me up on Discord. That's about it anymore.
Nice. What about you, Zyber? Where can people find you at?
Well, you can find me on my Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all at Zyberblood. That's ZYBERBLOOD, or just chat me up on the G.N.A Discord.
Nice. Damok, where can we find you at, man?
God damn it, dude. I've been trying to pretend this water is beer. Now I've drank 1.5 liters of water and I gotta piss. I'm on the Discord. You can't fucking see me. Just be fuck you, Damok, and I'll respond.
That's actually very...
The gift that keeps on giving.
Dude, that gag has gotten... that literally, it could not have gone any better. I don't think I'm ever changing it.
No, you did. You changed me, and I had to have somebody change me back.
Actually, that was me. I changed it back. Well, I'm Cecil Xavier, your host. You can find me on Cecil vs. Games on Twitter, Cecil Xavier everywhere else, Twitch, Ustream, Facebook, Mixer, Discord. Pretty much anywhere else you can find me, Cecil Xavier. So we hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. Reviews help people find the show. So if you enjoy listening to us, let other people know. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play Music, Podcast Addict, Stitcher, Player FM, Spreaker, MyTuner, Your Listen, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. If we're not someplace...
Still on Your Listen?
We are, yeah. We're still on Your Listen. If we're not someplace, let us know. We'll upload there. You can follow us on Twitter or Facebook. Just search at G.N.A Podcast, all one word. You can join the Discord chat. Just see the pinned tweet. We do a game show night every first Saturday of the month on Mixer, www.mixer.com/G.N.A Podcast. We have partnered with Humble Bundle. Hey, Zyber, can you tell us anything about Humble Bundle?
Well, Humble Bundle is a game purchasing site like many other game purchasing sites out there, but there's a little bit of a twist. You can decide where the money goes between Humble, the developer, charity, or us. If you put a question mark partner equals G.N.A Podcast at the end of any of the links after the humblebundle.com, you will show us some support, but we do not want you to send us the money. That is a big negative on sending us the money. We would like you, though, to maybe sling a little of it to the developer or to Humble to show them, hey, you know, we sent you there, but I personally prefer you send it to our Extra Life charity that we support through Humble Bundle. Yeah. So if you want to do that, again, that's question mark partner equals G.N.A Podcast at the end of the link. And this month we have raised $12.52 for our Extra Life charity.
Yeah, man, and every cent counts. So yeah, just when you go to order something, just put that question mark partner at the end, and there's a slider bar down at the bottom. Just open it up and make sure to put that slider bar for G.N.A all the way down to 0. We don't want your money. We want you to give to charity. Do you like anime? If you do, join us every Wednesday night at 19:30 Eastern Time for Anime Night, hosted by Blue Shark 45. Our current anime is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I think we're on like episode 8.
I gotta watch that. I love that show.
You got to join us Wednesday nights, 19:30 Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Time, not Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
We want to thank Morgan BS Photography for our new artwork and logo. Check him out at morganbs.com. Also, check our horror movie night out every second Saturday of the month. I think we're going to be talking, maybe doing From Dusk Till Dawn. I don't know, maybe that's on the docket. I don't know.
Yeah, that's on the list. It's on a very short list, so that might be movie one.
Nice. Email us at GNApodcast@GNAinyourdNA.1 with questions, comments, death threats. We don't care. Send them over to Damok anyways. We'd love to hear from you. Last but not least, check out our website at
rimjobmob.com.
My headphones broke.
Or GNApodcast.com, one of those fucking things.
So who's getting the Rimjob mobs URL?
I'm actually ordering it right now.
I gotta order new headphones now. My speakers are really crackly from that.
Don't just turn them
You
around,
order
man.
new headphones. Yeah. Just wear them inside
fuck
out.
you, dude. Fuck you, man. That's not right.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but I wanted to.
Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night, man.
Yeah, fuck you. Have a good night.
Just wear them inside out.
Always go last, because then you're like, and I'm Cecil Xavier, the host of the show!
Look at my dick. It's so small.
Small.
That's my favorite part of the show.
Oh, your penis so big. Oh, my penis so small.